guys, it's Melissa Mara with Vintage Bee Design. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. We've got a fun fall video just for you. I'm going to show you how to make these super easy little signs using a Maker Studio mesh stencils, and then I'm going to show you how to turn these bread pans into little risers, perfect for candlesticks and fall decor. And I'm excited to announce that thanks to soundshopmarket.com, we have an amazing giveaway. We have hit over 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and we are about to hit 10,000 subscribers over on Facebook. So if you haven't joined us there, be sure to check us out. I'll have more information about our giveaway at the end of the video, so be sure you stay tuned. All right, let's get to crafting. So I have these 4 legs. I'm not really sure what they're from, and I bought these 2 bread pans at the thrift store for $1.99 each, and we're going to turn these into some cute fall risers. So the first thing I need to do is drill some holes in the bottom of these bread pans, and I'm using that inner circle kind of as a guide. Honestly, I probably should have drilled these the other direction because it did leave a little bit of a rough metal edge on the inside, but once we added the screw, it wasn't that obvious. But if you want to have a little bit cleaner look, you probably want to drill from the top down. The reason I did it this way was because I was using that rim as a guide. You also want to use a small drill bit to drill pilot holes into each of the feet. I just used my radial arm saw to cut the feet down. And actually I got 2 sets of feet from that wood that I showed you earlier, and I have a lot more left for other projects. So now I'm going to use a drill bit and some 3/4 inch screws and attach the legs to the bottom of the bread pans. And I'm using Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Pebble, and I'm going to go ahead and give this entire box, both inside and outside, 2 coats. I'm not painting the legs, however. And now I'm going to use parts from the Maker Studio stencil Pumpkin Co. I used this earlier in my week on some live videos, so you've probably seen me use it a couple of times this week already, but this is the first time I'm using these sections. I'm just going to use a little bit of painter's tape to create some very skinny grain sack lines. I'm using a custom color of DIY paint that I'm calling Pumpkin Spice, and it is a combination of fire starter and layered chocolate. I will leave a link in the description below to the video where I showed how I created this color. I just created enough of it that I would be able to use it on future projects throughout the fall. Mesh stencils are so easy to work with. I'm simply using my Dixie Belle thingamajig and pushing it through the mesh stencil. It is basically a screen print versus a stencil, but you see it has perfect coverage and comes out like a champ every time. And here are the finished products. I think they're positively charming, and I love the greenery that we have this year that are going in these. I will leave a link in the description below for the greenery on these also. It's so pretty. I love it, love it, love it. Let me know what you think. Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down on these bread pans that we thrifted for $1.99? Our next set of projects I made out of a 2x4 that we had sitting around in the garage. I simply made some marks, and I'm using my chop saw to cut the board into smaller pieces. Now I'm going to use DIY paint in the color Firestarter, and I'm going to paint all sides of this with 2 coats, and then I'm going to sand afterwards. My next step is to use DIY paints, Dark and Decrepit, and that is a liquid top coat that can also be used as a stain, which is basically how I'm using it here. So I'm going to paint it on and then I'm going to wipe it off. Now, one thing that I realized while I was doing this is if you use your mister bottle and just spritz a little bit of water on it actually before you put the top coat on it, then it goes on a little bit thinner and is a little bit easier to wipe off. So there is a tip that I've learned just through doing this process. I love the way the Dark and Decrepit really ages these pieces. It looks like something that's been sitting in your garage forever, not a brand new 2x4. So once I've got this all done, I'm going to give it everything another sanding with 220 grit sandpaper. And this is going to bring a little bit of that brighter orange back, but it's just going to look a little bit more finished for like you found old wood, but then you kind of updated it a little bit. And this is going to work basically exactly the same way that it did on the pumpkin trays or the bread loaf pans. And I'm just going to stick them on. I cleaned these in the sink. I just use a little bit of a scrubby, like the Scotch-Brite pad, the scrubby end, to make sure that everything gets out. And then you turn it upside down so that it dries face down, so that when it dries and the sticky reactivates, it's not stuck to whatever surface you sat it on to dry. That's how I take care of mine anyway. And once I have these on, I'm going to use DIY in the color White Swan. And I am simply going to use my Thingamajig tool again and screen print these on just by rubbing that paint, pushing that paint over the mesh stencil, and you'll see perfect results. I think these are really cute exactly as they are. No need to do anything else, honestly, except for seal it, which I actually used some spray sealer just because it was fast and easy. But I think you could be done here. I am going to add just a little bit more. I'm just simply ripping up so that it's got a rough edge, some fabric that I've had for a while. I'm going to pull 3 strands of this, and then I'm going to rip out some greenery. We have these amazing fall eucalyptus packages on our website. This entire package is only $20. It's dried and it smells amazing still. I'm just clipping off a few little bundle pieces that I'm going to use on top of my little signs. Now I'm just going to use my Ryobi hot glue gun and attach these little packages to each of the little wood blocks. Again, I think this is completely optional and they look fine without it. I just have a lot of this greenery and wanted to see what it would look like. And so here is the final result on these 3 little projects. I think they came out super cute. I really wish I had more time before Vintage Market Days in Perry, Georgia next weekend. I would bust out a lot of these. These are great little things that probably be under $10 to sell. So I bet if I had the time and could bust out a bunch of these, I'd sell them all. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And don't go just yet, because I want to talk to you about the giveaway that we are having. As you can see, we are almost at 10,000 followers on our Facebook page, and that means we're almost ready to get monetized. And as a reward, I have a great giveaway. Soundshopmarket.com generously donated one of these that looks exactly like this one, which is a Bluetooth speaker and FM radio. And they have a lot of other amazing designs, but the one we're going to give away is the one I just showed you a second ago. And what I need you to do is I need you to, 1, go to our Facebook page and like it or follow it so we get to the 10,000 subscribers. And then come back to, if you've already liked it, you don't have to do that part. But if you haven't, go do the like. And then come back here and comment that you liked our page on Facebook. And next weekend, when we are at Vintage Market Days in Perry, Georgia, I will go live and we will do a random number generator, and we will give away this version to one of our lucky viewers. So nothing required other than for you to go like our Facebook page and then come and comment in this video, and we will make the announcement next week, and we will hunt you down and find out how to get this to you. I'm super excited. I've already listened to mine and it has amazing sound quality. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I used to have a stereo, a real stereo, a vintage one that looked almost just like this. So for me, it's a little bit of nostalgia. And before I go, I want to say happy anniversary to my wonderful husband. As of Saturday night, we've been married for 34 years. And thanks guys again for watching my video. As always, if you enjoyed it, please hit like and share this with a friend. It really does help grow our channel.